So, I'm talking kind of quiet because my mom's sleeping. Well, everybody in my house is sleeping, but my mom is usually the one that wakes up and comes and yells at me to stop talking to myself. So, anyway, I thought I'm gonna step away from like the normal, like, you know what I normally post on my channel. And I'm gonna start doing like, I guess like politics, but it's not really just politics because it doesn't really have much to do with presidents, but it's like, I guess, controversial issues. And I'm just gonna pick a different controversial issue to do each time, like gun control is today, and maybe next week I'll do gay marriage or something. I just want everybody to know, like, disclaimer before I even say anything about anything ever, that these are all my opinions. No one's paying me to say anything, no one's influenced what I'm saying, and I'm also not trying to offend anybody. Like, these are my opinions. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not trying to tell you that the way you think is wrong. I just wanted to get that out there before I get, like, hate for it. Just so everybody knows, like, okay. So now I'm going to start another topic after a minute of rambling. Okay, so from my understanding, which may not be the perfect understanding, and other people probably know more about this than I do. From my understanding, gun control is, the government is like banning certain kinds of guns, for example, semi-automatic rifles, and trying to limit how many bullets you can have in your gun at a time, and what kind of guns you can use, and all that good stuff. Like, everybody knows what gun control is. And I think that their intentions are to prevent another mass shooting, like Sandy Hook, or the Batman movie theater one, or the mall shooting, or things like Columbine, stuff like that. I think that's, you know, what they're trying to prevent. But I don't think that banning guns is the answer, because if you really think about it, most mass shootings occur in places where guns are not allowed. Like, you can't walk into a mall with a gun, you can't walk into a movie theater with a gun, and you definitely can't walk into a school with a gun. And those are the places, you know, that a lot of major mass shootings have occurred. Schools, you know, that happened. And it was very, very sad. I'm not saying it wasn't sad, but banning guns isn't going to prevent it from happening again. Criminals can get guns anyway. I was researching for an English documentary, and I found a fact somewhere, and if you don't believe me, I will go find it again and link it, that 40% of criminals get their guns from family members who purchase them, and another 40% can purchase them legally off the street. And I'm assuming that's like black market. So criminals are going to get guns anyway. And if you, going back to the Sandy Hook, they've tried putting a lot of laws on guns before. You had to be 21 to own the guns that Adam Lanza used in Sandy Hook shooting. He was only 20. He killed his mom to get those guns. Like, criminals and anybody else will get guns no matter what. People are always going to find ways to get guns, and so banning guns is not going to help. I mean, it's against the law to own guns. It's against the law to sell guns. It's against the law to have this kind of gun. It's against the law to shoot people, but people still do it. Like, obviously laws aren't working, so we need to figure something else out. And yeah, even like, or don't ban guns. Make it a higher penalty for shooting somebody. I mean, I think we should. I don't know. Okay, I don't think we should reinstitute the death penalty, but you need to do something like longer jail time for shooting someone, because yeah, it's just easier that way. Instead of trying to ban a gun, why don't you, like, make it a bigger penalty for shooting someone so people are less likely to want to do it? Or why don't we put better security on a place where, you know, people aren't allowed to have guns? Or, you know what, just don't ban guns from places, because I know that I would feel 100 million times safer if my teacher could have a pistol in their pocket. That way, if a shooter came in, we at least have equal chance of taking them out than they are taking us out. Let's go back to the Sandy Hook shooting. I hate bringing this up so much, but this is the reality. The principal tried to stop Adam Lanza. correct? I believe that's what I read. Or even if she didn't. If somebody had had a gun and they could have shot him before he even got too far into the school, I know shooting people is bad no matter what, but if we could have had one casualty over the 20-something that actually occurred, I would take one person's death over that many. I mean, especially children. Like, these were babies, okay? And that, it's sad, it's terrible, and it makes me just want to cry thinking about it. And, like, I'm not disagreeing that something has to be done to get this kind of thing to stop. But banning guns is not going to help because, obviously, we've already tried a whole bunch of gun control stuff and it hasn't worked yet. So, like, let's keep making more laws, people, because obviously they don't, you know, I mean, obviously they work every single time. No, it's not working, so we need to figure something else out. I'm trying to think of any other points that I might have. Oh yeah, things like what we use guns for. Hunting. I know people who hunt. I don't personally hunt because I have this fear of loud noises, and I probably wouldn't shoot a gun if my life depended on it. However, I know many people who hunt, and they bring home deer, and they make venison speedies, and everything, and they're delicious. And hunting is a family sport. Men pass it down from sons and their daughters even now. I mean, a lot of people hunt. A lot of people like to sport shoot and collect guns and target shoot. And I think that if they're going to start banning assault weapons or whatever it is that they're banning, eventually it's going to come down to people, our 22s and our 12 gauge shotguns, stuff, and the guns we use to hunt are going to be taken away. And eventually they're not going to want people to have airsoft guns or paintball guns or BB guns because those could be dangerous too, or it might be, like threatening behavior to have one. So, I don't know about you guys, but I like target shooting with a BB gun because it doesn't make a lot of noise and it doesn't really hurt people. It can hurt people, but it's not like terrible. I like having airsoft wars with my friends. I like having paintball gun wars with my friends, and I think it'd be BS if that got taken away from us. And I think it's BS if they're even trying to take guns away from us because we have the Second Amendment right. In the Second Amendment, it states the right of the people to bear arms. And it doesn't say except for this gun, this gun, this gun, and this gun. Like, there's no exceptions in the Constitution about guns. The right of the people to bear arms. And we're people. I know they might think that only their military should have guns, but we are people too, and we have the constitutional right to bear arms. We have the right to own guns. And I truly believe that the framers of the Constitution put that amendment in there in case of a corrupted government, in case the people needed to go against the government. And I'm not going against the government anytime soon, because we need a government, believe it or not. But I think that what if we got somebody corrupt? Look at Hitler. Like, if we got somebody like Hitler in the presidency, if that ever happened, and they took all our guns away, and I've read somewhere and I've heard from a reliable source that the government right now possesses enough ammo to shoot every American at least 5 times. And if that were to happen, if they were to just go on if the government would just go on a mass killing spree, or even kill the people who didn't totally believe in the government, we'd be screwed if we didn't. Like, we would already be screwed enough, and then if they took our guns away, we'd be even more screwed. And that's, I'm not speaking out against the government because I really don't want to get arrested, and I really don't want to be put on like a terrorist list or anything. I like government. I think government is a good thing and that we need it. But I also think that it could eventually go corrupt. It's happened in other places. It could happen here. And that's why I think that we need guns, because we use them for things. We can protect ourselves with them. Story. I looked on gunsaveslives.com, and there was a story about Clint Lowry, and I don't remember what state he's from, but I think it was like Massachusetts or something. And his 2-year-old little girl, his daughter, was sleeping 10 feet away from where an intruder broke into his house. His little girl was sleeping in her room 10 feet away, and he held this intruder at gunpoint until the police arrived. And that's probably saved his life, his he had his wife there, saved her life, his brother and his wife there, and his daughter. Like, he saved all of their lives. And I mean, I think that's pretty awesome. And if a gun can save a life, it can do other good things too. And so yeah, that's my opinion on gun control. I don't think that we should have our guns taken away. I think that's not fair and not necessary. I think we should have better security. And yeah, that's how I think about that. Yep, that was good grammar right there. That's what I think about that. And feel free to disagree, but do it nicely and respectfully, because we're all adults here and I'm not saying your opinion's wrong. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm gonna try and do one once a week, but I'm not promising anything because I get lazy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah.